My, that's a big mouth you have there. Welcome back to another episode of StarMade. Not really on the Starmada server. We're kind of in a single player server at this point in time, or single player world, universe at this point in time. This is our miner. It's got like a 10 radius circle of harvester beams that are 100% packed in here, by the way. All harvester beams, but they are like linked differently in the same pattern that you normally would do. Like these ones are all linked together, but this guy's not. So that way they all fire individually. So we got 100% Fred instead of just one cannon. And there's our lonely little beam cannon. We're in a single player world because I'm building a new miner, and I'm taking inspiration from the ship that kind of a little bit brought this about, and then it just stopped. So I'm building a smaller miner. I know that sounds weird, like why would I build a smaller miner when this thing does such a good job and we already have it. But this thing, it pulses the beam, and that kind of annoys me just as a because of the way I built it. I didn't, because of the way they're compact in here, it means I didn't have to put like cannons in the, like in this spot right here while all these are harvesters, and then another line back there make this a harvester, and then all these be cannons or whatever. I didn't have to do that. It's just a big solid chunk of harvesters in here, and then cannons behind it, linked to all of them. That was nice, but then I had to do logic to have a pulse fire and things like that. And since it was pulse firing anyway, I didn't actually fill this thing up all with cannons, 100% anyway. So I want 100% fire. I may do the same size, but right now it's half that size. And I've changed the front end a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of similar, but I've refined it a little. It's much sleeker now. Much sleeker. It is a lot smaller, and maybe since it's smaller, we might be able to actually pack in, get like a couple more of these miners, and like start a mining fleet to where I go out in one and like 3 others follow us, and then they just do their thing while we do our thing. That would be kind of cool, since they're not as resource intensive as that guy. But we'll figure that out. The original ship that I had this based off of was like an anime ship. It looks nothing like it, but I'm taking cues from it. It's an actual ship, like space ship. So this is the deck of the spaceship, where you could swab the deck, swab the poop deck, and things like that. But we'll probably just have like turrets or something on there. And then this is where our harvesters will be. And as you notice, that the top is 5. At least the deck is 5 right here. And then underneath it is only by 3. See? 3. And I did that so that way it looked like it could have could sit in water. But yeah, that's why I built it like that. I'm not good at building on camera, so basically I just wanted to give you guys a looky-loo at what we're doing. Give you some ideas. I got the core raised up so we can have sort of like a I don't know, captain's chair up here, and be all like looking down at the ship, see all of our dudes doing things. A helm? I don't know nautical terms. What do I look like? A professional? Like someone that researches what he does before he does it? Nah. Well, don't be turning and doing things now. So yeah, we're gonna have that, and this is obviously gonna be longer. Right now, certain parts are only up to 30. Like, I don't know, it's like 30 something long. If we're gonna not do it like this, and we want 100%, then we're going to need this to be longer, or we're gonna have really poopy lasers. So this bit I may copy it, cut it off and copy, like flush it out, cut it, paste it a little further down, and then just attached to the back of it. I don't know. I think it's coming along. What I want to work on now is I'm gonna sort of even it out, start working on the tail end, see how that's gonna work, and then I'll get back with you. Now, this is what I've got so far. I have ditched that idea for now, mainly because I can't get it flushed out the way I want it. I've actually increased the radius to the same as that ship, so it's a big beefy monster. I like the way the jump drives look. I think that's pretty cool. I do not like this. I will be changing it up. I don't know if this is going to be what the ship looks like. I'm playing with things. It's been a while since I've designed a ship that I've been happy with. Like, I think this is ugly. Completely. And I'm trying to get better at building a little bit, but you got to build ugly ships to get good at building. So I've just been putting things together, trying to think of ways of designing better, and building actual skeletons instead of building it whole like I am now. But for now, this is how I'm doing it. Yeah, I do like this look though. It just looks cool. It's like lots of moving parts. I did like kind of how I did these things with the wedges and whatnot. This slope is really nice actually. It cuts in pretty cleanly. What we're gonna, I need ideas really. I look online at all these ships and I'm like, these are so cool, and then I try to build them and it doesn't happen. I don't know if we're gonna do this design, if we're gonna go with like one big one again, like another big massive miner like this, so it takes out things super quickly, or are we gonna go with a big one like this and then a bunch of little ones that follow us? Or are we just gonna go with some little ones and just all of them go together? I don't know. So basically I just wanted to stop back in and let you guys see what I've done. It hasn't been a lot, but it's a totally different ship. And it does look kind of cool, I guess. I like it. It's got a cool plate. I like how I did the plate on top. I want to get more layers into the building. I mean, I'm not a horrible Minecraft builder, so I mean, I'm using some of the same aspects into this. You need layers, you need depth. That's why we've got these, and then we have inset. We have the guys. We have motion in this game, so that's cool. I do think that, like, I don't know. Let's take off symmetry. I was thinking like something right around here. We can make it kind of big to start with. And do they have scanner? What's the scanner blocks? So we have scanner block, scanner antennae. And we just fill these in here. Get rid of that one. Dang it, I did it again. Alright, boop, boop, boop. Have it come down. Wow, this is not the proper size for this, because that's going to look like poo. So let's go ahead and redact all that. See how far we can go. It's as far as we can go. So basically what we'll do is we'll do 4 and it'll come out. Oops, those aren't. I want 6. So it'll come out a good ways, I think. That's pretty good. And then I've seen people do this, so we need paint cans. Let's use orange because it kind of matches. Ooh. Get them oriented properly. Something like that. So we have like a little scanner antenna on the bottom. I think that's kind of cool. So just little details like that, but I just need to. My biggest issue with building, and I guess this is more of a let's get better at building improvement episode. The stages of what I go through in my head. Basically, what I'm trying to work out is getting forms and shapes and bringing them to and looking at them and then bringing it into realization within StarMade. So that's what I'm trying to do here, and I like ships like this. So I'm good at building well, not good at building them, but I'm okay at getting roundish shapes like this. But I'm not good at going from this barrel look to something else. Like, what do I do from here? Like this hole back into the ship, I want thrusters, I want other things. What do I do to make it fit? You know, how do I get that to meld out? And that's kind of where I'm at. With thinking wise, up here, we could have like a cool, like, I don't know, I'm thinking about having a turret up here. Just a small little guy. Small little, like, point defense turret. Let's get a different color. Where's the hazards? I want hazards just for now. Just for marking out things. Small little point defense turrets. Right here. It'd be helpful if I had some kind of symmetry on, but I don't. Boop, there we go. Something just like that. And obviously this base would probably be inset into here, taking up even more room of for our cannons, but that's okay. Then we have a turret that's when it needs to. Maybe another one up in here. Yeah, let's just boop. Maybe one like right in there as well. If we even stick with this design, I do kind of like it. Maybe it'll be. I do, like I said, this needs to change. This I don't even like. I do like how if we sit here, get out. If we were to, there, we sit here, we can still see, and it's like a cool thing. So if we get in the core from here and go into the ship, oops. This is the view we get, which is kind of cool, and we'll set up, like, I can't do it right now. Get out of here. We can set up other little stations, so we don't necessarily be the one need to be controlling the whole thing. We can have little stations all around, and it seems my headset's about to die because it went beep, beep, beep in my ear. I don't know if that got recorded. Doubt it, because it maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So what I'm going to do now that I have wasted 10 minutes of your time rambling, I'm going to go ahead and do some more building and come back and see what we have. We're probably not going to get anywhere near an actual ship today. We might even have a completely different design when I come back. Who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back with you. So I was going to delete this video, the footage off of this video, because the second clip, I should say, really was just me kind of complaining about not being able to build well. But then I decided to keep it because it kind of shows progress of learning different, like just learning and coming to terms with designing a ship. And I'm still not great at it, obviously, but it starts to come upon, like, it just, to me, it's a good episode for me. It shows things. This is the next day, by the way. So this ship I used to think was huge. I used to think it was massive. And it is a big ship. But this one can devolve. Just eat it. Remember when I said I wanted to go smaller? And we went smaller, then we went the same size, and now we're here. I am going to shrink this down because this is way too big. It's over 11,000 blocks just for the hull that I have laid down. But it's given me some ideas. I have a kind of a plan and a shape and a reasoning behind this ship. So I like this front end too. Much better than I like the roundish one. So I think we're going to go with this, but on a smaller scale. Now, how I want to go about this is I have some vents here that will decorate or whatever, and I have plenty of surface area here to decorate. These things come back out, and another thing is I don't like the cores right here. We'll have to place all of this, like, I think I'm going to try to push it off to the side maybe, and then have like a little box with the crew quarters and everything off the side, kind of like an ASIM ship. Versus having it on top or anything like that. I think I'll have the cabin and everything off to the side. Maybe, we'll see. But also back here where it flares out, the bottom will continue to connect just like all this others does. But right here and over here, these two top sections, these are going to be where the cargo containers click. I'm going to click. And then there's going to be able to be 2 of them. So click. So 4 total on this thing. Is kind of where I have the ideas for. And then it'll come back down a little bit. And then flare out for the thrusters that are going to be in the back. That's my idea. And my ear itches. One sec. Oh my gosh. You ever itch your ear when it really itches? It feels so good. Alright. So let's get out of this ship here. This is another one that's just gonna float around slowly. I could like devour this roid. It'd just be like bleh, if I had that thing full, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted smaller. I didn't want like massive. I mean, that ship right there already can jump in like 7 seconds or something like that. Charges jump drive, has really good shields. Eats roids super fast. It's really a quick ship, and for its size, I mean, yeah, this thing could be monstrous. And maybe one day we'll build this big boy, but for now, I'm gonna stick for a roundish that size, hopefully. Oh, it's huge. What does it remind me of right now? I don't know. It's weird. To me, it looks like not counting these flaps, but right here, it looks like a joystick. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to hit X and we're going to spawn a new ship. Alright. Where are we facing here? Okay, we're going to face this way. Grab our blocks here. And how many blocks do we want to come off the side? This is the side to side, right? Yeah. Let's say 15. Let's make it 20. So whatever we build out here will give us some room to do things over here. So let's go 55 blocks out. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the reason I go that far is one, I'm gonna have room for decorative, and then I want 50, if I can, 50 room for 50 salvagers. So it would be 25 and then 25 for the rear view, rear section of them. Total of 50 blocks wide or long. So how are we going to do this? That was 20, so let's do 10. Oops, yeah, 10. No, let's do 5. And let's undo that and let's actually get symmetry on here. And the reason I'm going so small is it flares out. See how it flares out some more? If we go huge. If we go to 10, it's going to fly out again, and that's going to be button up to this thing. It's already going to be pretty close to butting up to that. But this is awfully small now, though, isn't it? Let's do this. And that's the connector there. Comparing it to this thing, it's like so small. It's such a baby ship. Oh, look at the little baby. Alright, so let's get our wedgies in. We don't need wedgies. Wedgies are more for a final ship. So then let's do this. It's 3, 4, 5. That looks pretty good. And we'll do it here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. And then this should be able to do its thing. This is 5. And then this will come up. That's 5. Let's do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little too much, don't you think? Yeah, that's too many. What would we do here? Oh, they're the same. Okay. So we'll just cut these off like so. Cut those off. It just makes this part bigger. Gotcha. I built that last night before I went to bed. Part of it anyway. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I built this front bevel part last night, and I started just adding to it today. So now we should be able to connect these sides. Looks a little off to me, but it's probably just because it's a smaller size. Let's start throwing some wedges just to get this front bevel done, and then I'm probably gonna cut or call it an episode. And then side these ones. I just want to see what this front looks like smaller and see how I can adjust it, you know what I'm saying? It's all about placing blocks, and if you don't like it, just get rid of it and redo it. Alright. Won't have much room for vents, but that's okay. And then I've noticed that the way of fixing these things is usually my other ear itches now. What the heck? I'm not gonna do it though. Is this? We're just put these guys down like so. These guys. Boom. It like is a perfect shape for what we need. Alright. Let's go ahead and lay these guys down. Okay. And then we got this. It's coming along. Shape is working beautifully. Took me a while to figure out how to make this shape, how to get these things to cut this direction. But it only takes 2 blocks. the corner. Or not, these aren't corners. These are the tetras. Yeah, the tetras and the heptas is all you need. We're almost done. Ah, it becomes one wider. Okay, I can deal with that. Let's get rid of this crosshair look here. Well, that's a pretty small set of beams, because this is where the beams would be. Here, let's visualize that better. Get some bright orange. Yeah. We'll just fill this in here. Okay. Boom. So that would be our beams. It's like, now that's not insignificant. I mean, it's going to be a huge, I mean, it's a long cannon, but it's not insignificant. But maybe we don't even need it to come out this far. Because if this is going to be off to the side, maybe we don't have to come out as far. I mean, we can have it come out and then come back further. Yeah, but I think I want to like jack this up a little bit in size. Just because it's a little tiny for me. we can't put in many vents, and I liked those vents. It would just be like, oops. That's our vents right there. See, and I really like those, but so maybe we'll go up a little bit bigger. But for now, I think this is where I'm going to call it. We didn't get very far, just a bunch of shells, but kind of shows evolution. This is what I built like out the box when we first started. And then I designed this thingy, which still I kind of like. I like where it was headed. Whoop, what? No, we're on a single player world. It's just being stupid. It's got plenty of RAM dedicated to you. Then we got this design, which I got more fancy looking on the outside, which is not necessarily necessary at the beginning, and that's where it kind of threw me off on this. I was worrying too much about the design and not enough about shape. I do like the front shape here, how it bevels up so well. I really do. But I kind of have that look on this guy, not as an extreme, but I kind of have that look, and I want to go somewhere different. And the reason I thought of this shape is, one, it's got sharp angles, which makes it a little easier for me, a new person at building, to comprehend adding detail to it. It's not as easy on something like that in my mind to add detail. So this will be able to add more detail to the flat edges and surfaces to get used to that, and then go on to building more complex and rounder ships. 2, I'm planning on building a good portion of this actually out of stone, out of the stone, and then putting hull in with it and making it look like our base, like our dragon type things. And I'm thinking I'm going to theme our ships off around that. More looks than function. Sticking with we're a dragon race, an ancient dragon race that have been thrown into space. So that's where we're going to go with that. So I'm going to continue working on this throughout the week, and hopefully we'll have something cool looking when we come back. Or maybe we'll work on it again next time. Who knows? I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure to click the like button. It really helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't, if you want to see more. And we'll see you in the next one. Hope you learned something too about my mind. It goes small, same size. Hermicad! Too tiny. We're getting there though. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye-bye. 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 Hey, Digimaster here. Seems the episode is over. If you missed an episode, click here to go to my playlist. Maybe you want to check out some of my other videos? Click here to sub and go to my channel page. Well, thanks again for joining me on today's adventure.